Major U.S. banks issue cautionary notice to Americans. Essential information you should be aware of. August 11, 2025. In a significant development that has reverberated through both financial markets and households, several prominent U.S. banks have issued synchronized alerts to American consumers and businesses, indicating escalating worries regarding the economy's condition and the stability of the financial system. While this is not intended to incite panic, the message is unequivocal. Brace for upcoming challenges. The alert. What are the banks communicating? Leading executives from J.P. Morgan Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Citigroup, and Goldman Sachs have recently expressed apprehension regarding several critical issues confronting the U.S. economy. Increasing consumer debt. U.S. household debt has reached unprecedented levels, exceeding $18 trillion in 2025. Credit card delinquencies have surged, especially among younger borrowers, indicating rising financial strain. A significant number of Americans are depending on credit to manage escalating expenses, prompting banks to tighten their lending criteria. Ongoing inflation and interest rates. In spite of the Federal Reserve's interventions, inflation remains persistent, lingering around 4.2%, above the Fed's target of 2%. The Fed has maintained elevated interest rates, which aids in combating inflation but simultaneously makes borrowing more costly for consumers and businesses. This situation heightens the risk of a consumer credit crunch. Commercial real estate crisis. Major urban centers are facing declining valuations of office buildings and a shift towards remote work that is diminishing demand. Banks with investments in commercial real estate are starting to experience increasing losses, which could have a cascading effect on the wider financial system if defaults persist. Geopolitical risks and market fluctuations. Ongoing global conflicts, especially those involving China, Russia, and the Middle East, have introduced instability into energy markets and trade routes. Bank strategists are cautioning that any escalation could swiftly affect global supply chains, oil prices, and investment flows. What it means for you. The banks are not forecasting an imminent collapse. However, they are advising caution, particularly for everyday Americans who may be experiencing financial strain. Here's what their alert could signify for your finances. Stricter credit standards. Anticipate increased difficulty in obtaining approvals for mortgages, auto loans, or business credit. Lenders are becoming more discerning. Importance of savings. Banks are urging customers to bolster their emergency savings as a safeguard against job losses, unforeseen expenses, or economic downturns. Potential investment volatility. Markets are predicted to remain unstable. Financial advisors recommend diversifying portfolios and avoiding emotionally driven investment choices. Be aware of scams and fraud. Economic instability frequently results in a surge of financial scams. Banks are advising customers to remain alert. Expert opinions. Jamie Dimon, CEO of J.P. Morgan Chase, remarked, "We're not sounding alarm bells, but we are displaying yellow lights. Consumers should be aware of the risks and prepare accordingly." Jane Fraser, CEO of Citigroup, commented, "The global economy is at a pivotal moment. It is essential for policymakers and consumers to acknowledge that we are entering a phase of considerable adjustment." What you can do now. Here are several actions Americans can undertake to navigate the uncertainty. Reduce high-interest debt. Focus on paying off credit card and variable rate debt. Increase emergency savings. Strive for 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses. Assess budgets. Eliminate unnecessary expenditures and identify savings opportunities. Seek financial guidance. Tailored advice can significantly impact your financial situation. Final thoughts. This alert from prominent U.S. banks serves as a stark reminder that economic cycles are genuine, and that the upcoming 12 to 18 months may challenge the financial resilience of numerous Americans. While there is no cause for alarm, being informed and planning proactively is essential. As always, preparation remains the most effective defense against uncertainty.